Knock 2 Studios presents Common Censored.
Are you distraught after the recent presidential election? Here at Don't Cry Cryo, we understand your pain, and we're here to help. Our expert team of cryogenic care providers can cryogenically freeze you until the Trump presidency has ended. No more crying, no more anxiety attacks, just blissful sleep until Trump is gone. When you awaken from your slumber, we'll even have a party ready and waiting for you. It will be like his presidency never even happened. It was all just a bad dream. As an added bonus, you can choose the Vance add-on package. We'll extend your sleep for an additional 4 years at a 50% discount in the event J.D. Vance wins the next presidential election. Everything will be okay. We're here to take care of you in your time of need. So remember, don't cry. Cryo.
Where am I? Oh, please tell me it's over. Wait, something isn't right.
This is your captain, Elon Musk. I want to be the first one to welcome you to Mars. No! Sorry, Donald Trump Jr. was just elected president, and he deported all Don't Cry Cryo customers to Mars.
What the...
Oh man, that was fucking awesome. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored. Thanks for being here, all of you censored commoners. I'm Lord Sterling, and this is episode 281. RFK Jr., named to be appointed to the director of HHS, Health and Human Services. Kash Patel on the docket for potentially FBI director, which would be a massive additional blow to the intelligence community that I'm all there for. I think we could all look forward to that. The InfoWars fake auction has backfired. The judge has intervened, scheduled an evidentiary hearing for next week. Not pleased to find out that the trustee turned it into a secret auction at the last minute, a couple days beforehand. It turns out that Onion allegedly didn't put up any money at all for the InfoWars auction. They just promised to pay out of the future money that Alex, the $1 billion+ that Alex is supposed to be paying to the Sandy Hook families. So that's very interesting. The judge was not mad, or was not happy about that, was mad, basically, apparently, says it was effectively a fake auction, that they need transparency, and it seems like the odds are good that whole thing is going to be reversed next week. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that whole situation as we go. All kinds of crazy stuff to cover today, as usual. Thanks for being here. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday, 6:45-ish p.m. Eastern Time, as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos that is 2024. Use hashtag Common Censored and hashtag InfoInfantry when you share the show. 1 share equals 1 mission completed for the Common Censored Info Infantry. So let us know you shared it. Pick your branch that you would like to join, and you are automatically entitled to an enlisted rank in the Common Censored Info Infantry, Info Army, Info Navy, Info Marines, Info Air Force, Info Space Force, Info Coast Guard, Rebel Mercs Division, Spec Ops, etc. Thanks for being a part of the show and helping promote us. You can find us on X at Lord Sterling _. Thanks to our new followers over on Rumble. Appreciate you guys. Salty Maggot M337, Rumble 886701109933, and others. Thank you for following the show. Appreciate you. Constitutional Conservative Bentley as well. Links to all of the stories we covered today will be posted immediately upon the termination of the broadcast down in the video description on Rumble. So if you're watching this later, you can click down there, find the topics that interest you. Mama Mac will be adding timestamps as we go, so you can jump right to the point in the podcast where we talk about the things that you want to hear about. Show Mama Mac some love, throw her some love, and head over to alplama.com, your new herbal health guru. Check out some natural tinctures to remedy your ailments, so you're not dependent on the big pharma industry that wants you sick and dependent. So check out alplama.com. It tastes bad, but so good for you, right, Mama Mac? And if you want to support the show directly, you can head on over to our link tree at Common Censored, where you can find our affiliate links, our merch, etc. Thanks in advance for supporting the show, keeping Loki's belly full of treats and the studio lights blinding my eyes. Disclaimer. Views expressed on Common Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. Arm the battlements, man the parapets. We've been raided by Free Castle. Hold off on the hot oil. Don't launch the cows quite yet. It would be friendly fire. Thanks for raiding Free Castle. Good to see you, brother. Let's jump into the news, guys. So we had this video from Newsy. Don't cry, cryo. Need a break from Trump's term? Freeze yourself for 4 years. Hope you guys like that. I actually hadn't watched that yet until we went live. Damn, that was funny. Really good. Gateway Pundit actually had an article about it. Hilarious! Parody ad features company that offers to cryogenically freeze libtards for the duration of Trump's presidency. Make sure to get that JD Vance bonus for 50% off. And hopefully by that time we'll be able to pass an amendment to just keep you all frozen indefinitely. Fuck you. Let's see. What do we got next on the list? We have Trump nominating RFK Jr. to be head of HHS. Actually, but first, before we get there, let's jump over down to the hood. I had a bunch of people send this one to me. Really cool, from Citizen Free Press over here at Citizen Free Press with one S on X. Taggers paint mural for President Trump in the hood. This is really cool. Indeed. Take a look at this, guys. This is actually a gorgeous piece of work.
Literally in the hood. Like, this is the hood. You know Cypress, you know Wright, you know Eggley. You're in the hood here. So, it's currently 1:38 in the morning, but we're driving and we saw some. Damn. Look at what's in the hood.
That's nice.
Woo! We
Orange man rad.
You like that? How do you feel about that?
That's clean.
That's clean? That's your boy?
Making change in the community.
Dude, his
Super clean.
Che trompas. Ooh! We even got his homeboy Elon over here. We got our little Tesla.
That's right, Wendy. Ship those lipsicles to Mars.
Do you know? But that's literally in the
Dude.
hood.
Wow. So that's really actually amazing. Look at the quality of that piece of work there. Really good. We the people behind it. Nice, subtle gray on white. Beautiful design with the vivid Trump colors. Man, that is so cool. Love to see people waking up all over the country. Threeper, I saw the email. I'll check. I didn't get to actually click it, I don't think, because it was right before I went live, but I will check as we go. So let's jump into our next topic over here. We have RFK Jr. for HHS. Trump released the following statement saying, "I am thrilled to announce Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services, HHS. For too long, Americans have been crushed by the industrial food complex and drug companies who have engaged in deception, misinformation, and disinformation when it comes to public health. The safety and health of all Americans is the most important role of any administration, and HHS will play a big role in helping ensure that everybody will be protected from harmful chemicals, pollutants, pesticides, pharmaceutical products, and food additives that have contributed to the overwhelming health crisis in this country. Mr. Kennedy will restore these agencies to the traditions of gold standard scientific research and beacons of transparency to end the chronic disease epidemic and to make America great and healthy again. And I would venture to say greater and healthier than ever before. The stars are the limit. We have unlimited possibilities in front of us. Let's make it happen. Gunther Eagleman said, I'd say RFK Jr. is a huge upgrade from this monstrosity. Ooh, I would agree. And the big pharma stocks are tanking as a result. Eli Lilly and Company, Norvo, Novodisk, Johnson & Johnson, AbbVie, Inc., Merck, Roche Holding, Novartis, AstraZeneca, Amgen, Pfizer, all into the red today. You just love to see it, guys. You just love to see it. Gateway Pundit all over this one as well. Breaking. President Trump taps RFK Jr. for Health and Human Services Secretary. President Trump tapped him. Quote, President-elect Donald Trump is expected to nominate former presidential candidate and anti-vaccine activist Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Boom! And now we do have the confirmation. So good, so good. I cannot wait to gut these various bloated entities of the bureaucracy that are damaging our health and causing our life expectancies to decrease. Angry Eve, J Monty 0071, good to see you guys. TV Green, what's up? What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. In a recent MSNBC interview, Kennedy explained Trump's specific mandate. He talked about the three things that he's supposed to do. 1, clean up the corruption in the agencies, particularly the conflicts of interest that have turned those agencies into captive agencies for the pharmaceutical industry, and the other, the food industry, the other industries that they're supposed to be regulating. Number 2, to return those agencies to gold standard science, the empirically based, evidence-based medicine they were famous for when he was a kid. And number 3, to make America healthy again and to end the chronic disease epidemic. We can do this, guys. We clean up the food. Oh, man, it's going to make such a huge difference. It'll also uncloud people's minds, allowing them to think more clearly and more accurately evaluate information, to think critically. And Trump has told him that he wants to see measurable, concrete results within 2 years in terms of measurable diminishment in chronic disease among America's kids. I think it's inevitable. We will see this as a result if we clean up the food. So this is all really good, positive information. I have a link for the trending topic on X, so this will be posted down in the show description on Rumble after the broadcast ends, so you guys can scroll through, find everybody's reactions to this. Ooh, look at this. Eric Doherty, breaking big pharma stock tanking. Just look at Moderna and Pfizer. Ruh-roh, Moderna dropping. Pfizer dropping. GSK, not sure what, GlaxoSmithKline tanking as well. Down 5.62% today for Moderna, down 2.62% today for Pfizer, and down 2.05% for GlaxoSmithKline. So good, so good. FDA employees are threatening to quit if RFK Jr. joins the Trump's administration. Good, just save him the time. He's going to fire you anyway when he figures out who you are, you corrupt bastards that are, screwing us over from the inside. We have Jared Polis, at Jared Polis on X, commenting on this as well, saying it's time to screw big pharma, guys. Saying, I'm excited by the news that the president-elect will appoint Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to HHS. He helped us defeat vaccine mandates in Colorado in 2019 and will help make America healthy again by shaking up HHS and FDA. I hope he leans into personal choice on vaccines rather than bans, which I think are terrible, just like mandates. But what I'm most optimistic about is taking on big pharma and the corporate ag oligopoly to improve our health. Before you mock him or disagree, I want to share with you some quotes that, if he follows through, show why I'm excited. Quote, level the playing field for Americans internationally on drug costs. Cap drug prices so that companies can't charge Americans substantially more than Europeans pay. Yes, Jared Polis says, Colorado currently has an application just sitting at FDA for us to import low-cost prescription drugs from Canada, and we just need their approval. Next quote. Quote, in some categories, there are entire departments like the nutrition department at the FDA that have to go. that are not doing their job. They're not protecting our kids. Yes, Polis says, the entire nutrition regime is dominated by big corporate ag rather than human health, and they do more harm than good. Hard to deny that. Next quote, we've got to get off pesticide-intensive agriculture, Polis saying. Yes, we have tried unsuccessfully to better protect people and pollinators from harmful pesticides here in Colorado, and we need all the help we can get to take on big chemical companies and improve human health and the environment for our pollinators and for our people. And this is going to be actual environmentalism, getting rid of chemical contamination and pesticide contamination of the environment. It'll be good for us. It'll be good for the bees, the boids, everything. Polis continues, he will face strong special interest opposition on these, but I look forward to partnering with him to truly make America healthy again, and I hope that we can finally make progress on these important issues. We can, guys. This is actually going to happen. With all of these people being named, with all of these policies being put out there, there's nothing they can do to stop it. Even if they were to try to take out Trump again, everybody knows what the plan is. The plan will continue. There's nothing they can do, hopefully. Poet of militants. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining the show. I consider myself also a poet of militants. If you look back at my revolutionary rap from 2008, 2012 era, you guys will like that, talking about all the stuff that's happening now. Back in the day, all these predictions and things that a lot of people didn't find out about until more recently. So check it out. Link will be in the description, and it's on the link tree, I think. Let's jump over to our next topic. Kash Patel, reportedly in consideration for FBI director. Oh, suck it, Chris Wray. You scumbags at the FBI. If they pick Kash, you are fucked. You are so fucked with John Ratcliffe at the CIA, Kash Patel at the FBI, Tulsi Gabbard, DNI. You're fucked. Just quit now. Quit now. Leave the country while you still have a chance. And even if you do, we will track you down after we uncover your corruption and criminality. It's all coming out. It's all coming out. Everything, tons of stuff going to be declassified at the CIA. Tons of stuff going to be declassified at the FBI. We're going to learn the truth about the intelligence community's coup over the United States, how they killed JFK, how they took control of the country, how they put in the central bank, how they've been dominating and robbing and oppressing us for the past 111 years. The party's only just beginning right now. The embers, the kindling has been lit, and this is about to turn into a raging bonfire, 12 feet tall, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. We have the popular vote mandate. People are waking up, and it's a one-directional process. So once you realize all this stuff, you don't go back to sleep. It's over. Deep state, crawl back into your dirty, dark little holes. Give it up peacefully, because otherwise you will be destroyed. Give it up peacefully. Allow the transfer of power peacefully, etc. Jordan Conrad's in. Awesome, intrepid reporter. Wrote this one over at Gateway Pundit. Kash Patel, one of the leading figures in discrediting the Democrats' Russia collusion hoax and defending the Don, is reportedly being considered for the role of FBI director in the next Trump administration. It was previously reported that, according to GOP sources, Kash Patel was rumored to be in consideration for the head of the CIA. However, he picked John Ratcliffe. Still, as the Gateway Pundit reported, Patel is being rumored to be in consideration for the head of the FBI. GOP sources have also independently confirmed this to Gateway Pundit. Additionally, Congressman-elect Abe Hameda, when asked Wednesday if Kash Patel would have a place in the Trump administration, told the Gateway Pundit, quote, he'll do amazing at the FBI, noting that, quote, he's been very loyal to President Trump since the first Russia collusion hoax. Kash Patel's impressive qualifications include several high-ranking positions in the intelligence and defense communities under President Trump. While running counterterrorism for President Trump, the president oriented counterterrorism efforts to wipe out ISIS senior leadership and other key operatives. He further oversaw the re-suing of American hostages and detainees being rescuing and returned to the United States. Fix your copy there, Gateway Pundit. As a terrorism prosecutor, Kash Patel prosecuted ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and other terrorist networks, and he was the lead prosecutor for the World Cup bombings in Uganda that killed Americans and 76 people. And while Kash Patel was at the Defense Department Chief of Staff, the DoD ended their forever wars. If Kash Patel becomes the director of FBI, we can surely restore the law enforcement aid organization to its true purpose of investigating and prosecuting real criminals and criminal organizations and end the weaponization of the FBI to target innocent individuals. It would be beautiful, guys. We need this bigly. He's been one of the leading voices against the deep state's weaponization of government corruption and conspiracies, including Russiagate, the Trump investigations, January 6th, and more. It's, of course, recounted in his book, Government Gangsters, The Deep State, The Truth, and the Battle for Our Democracy. Last June, Patel told Gateway Pundit that they were trying to, quote, bury his book. They kept it under wraps for like 6 months, refusing to sign off on allowing it to be published, quote, because the book exposes, by name and agency, every corrupt actor Kash encountered, puts them on blast, and tells the world how we remove them from power and restore our agencies to work for the American people. Indeed, this is a developing story. Support our rights. I want the January 6th pipe bomb issues uncovered as well. We saw somebody talking about that the other day, saying that they will release the full video showing him getting on the train, getting off the train, and getting in a car that's registered to the FBI, allegedly. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on with that, but we will get to the bottom of that. Support our rights. I'm confident in that. Weird Mama Mac, are you guys able to see us live on X right now? If not, no big deal. We barely get anybody over there anyway, unless you guys help share the show and spam us all over X, which would be a big help. Let's jump over to some positive stuff here. Oh, some more positive stuff. Watch the three tenors. Trump returns home from the White House, delivers remarks, and sings God Bless America with Elon Musk and Chris Macchio at Mar-a-Lago. President Trump returned to Mar-a-Lago Wednesday evening following meetings with Biden and House Republicans in Washington, D.C., and delivered remarks at the America First Policy Institute's first America First Experience and Gala. The 3-day event at Mar-a-Lago kicked off Tuesday with Trump's Department of Government Efficiency DOGE co-leader Vivek Ramaswamy, America First Policy Institute founder and CEO Brooke Rollins, and former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines. We love Riley. Oh, man. I hope that there's video from this because it sounds like a really cool event. Oops, lost my place. Okay, here we go. Trump was joined by Elon Musk in D.C. Wednesday, and the dynamic duo made a, quote, surprise appearance at night 2 of the gala held at the president's home in West Palm Beach. Let's take a look. Born to eat toast. What's up?
How are you?
Jurgen McGroin. Good to see you. And Craig Muttley. I see you over there. M337 lurking. Fuck yeah. The momentum is building. Liquor giant. Mar-a-Lago tours now include reenactments of Melania's underwear raid. Oh, man. So here's a clip from Trump giving a speech to the crowd where he proclaimed the big victory over Democrats. Jack Posobiec posted it on X.
Here he comes, everybody.
Free samples, Liquor Giant.
It's great to be with you. This is a very special kind of an evening because we just had a big victory. You may have read about it. Setting records with practically every voting group, every voting class. They say most consequential win in the last 129 years. Let's go! That's a lot. I just wanted to win. Didn't have to be that much. I just wanted to win. But we did. Yeah, too much winning. Too much winning.
Still not tired of winning.
Is there any such thing as too much winning?
That's a solid song, Raylene.
Still not tired.
I like it.
That's the point. They had to get.
Boom, boom. Such a massive victory. And here they are singing God Bless America. Let's take a look. Hoot hallo, what's up, bro? Thanks for listening. Enjoy that catfish. Chris Macchio. But man, R.I.P. Caruso. Tri-Stater. Ooh, send a link, J. Monty. I know nothing about that. Wendy. Wild thing in the house. Epic voice. Awesome. Made a big mess. Hopefully it wasn't red wine, bro.
USA! 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 USA!
Love it. Yeah, that guy's performances at Trump's rallies have been stellar. If you guys may remember, I think it was him that performed at the 4th of July party that they had with the crazy fireworks spiraling around the Washington Monument and everything over in D.C. a few years ago. Before the takeover, before the actual insurrection, the coup against America. Epic voice. So good. Glad you enjoyed that, Wood Geek. The change in the air is so palatable, it's insane. Support our rights. Agreed, brother. Agreed. Or sister. Not sure which. There's only two, though, so I know I got a 50% odds of getting it right. Let's see. Who posted this in the chat a moment ago? Jay Monty posted this in the chat. Supreme Court rejects push to move Georgia case against ex-Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Let's see what's going on here. Washington, D.C. This is by Lindsay Whitehurst, Fox 5, Atlanta. The Supreme Court refused Tuesday to let former Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows move the election interference case against him in Georgia to federal court, where he would have argued he was immune from prosecution. Great. Some bad news. The justices did not detail their reasoning in a brief order, as is typical. There were no publicly noted dissents. Meadows was one of 19 people indicted in Georgia and accused of participating in a illegal scheme to keep then-President Donald J. Trump in power after he lost the 2020 election. Unbelievable that they're trying to claim that contesting an election is an illegal scheme. Like, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Ooh, thanks, Wiley. Yeah, let's check it out. Thanks for sharing that, Jay Monty. Sorry to hear that this happened. Hopefully, we'll get some justice. But those Georgia courts, man, they seem pretty freaking corrupt to me. Let's check out this Elon and the X-Men AI meme posted by Maverick Alexander. Thanks in advance for the follow. I'll give him that follow. Oh, I already follow him. Awesome. Let's check it out. Oh, I think I had this on my list somewhere. The Trump Vereen.
Hey, Wills, what is this place?
It's a school for remarkable misfits, not unlike yourself, Donny J. Here
Donny
we turn the
J.
autistic into leaders, patriots, and heroes. Let me give you a tour.
Elon's
You had
Autistic
me at
Academy.
autistic, lead the way, professor.
We gather the best and brightest from around the world to combat the forces of darkness.
And let me get a roll call already. You delightful cripple.
Take Alex, for example. His powers identifying globalists.
That's a globalist.
Ah!
Well done, Alex.
Alex is beast. Yeah. The smartest X-Man.
Impressive. Show me more, you low altitude genius.
This is Josie. She's a constitutional scholar who isn't afraid to call people retards. Very promising.
Is that the redheaded
I don't
libertarian?
find that uninspiring.
Totally. Then there's Joshua. He's a future
Hit me up,
senator who
Josie.
currently teaches counter-propaganda. His colleague Poso is impressive as well.
1-800-leaders.com. My goodness.
I'm just getting
So
warmed
good.
up, Donny J.
They're turning the friggin' frogs gay. Scott Adams. Mixing in some Lord of the Rings. Ooh,
Hey, who's that
Ashley.
big fella over there?
Baron!
That's
Oh!
Baron. He's only beginning to explore the depths of his power, but he's essential in the fight to come.
I am
Against whom
so excited
exactly?
for Baron.
In the NPCs and
For his
puppets.
future. The Krasensteins. Man, that is some entertaining stuff right there. AI is so wild. It's so off the chain these days. Just keeps getting crazier and crazier. I can't wait till I can make my whole book series, The Core Saga, into an epic TV series using just purely AI. It's going to be amazing. You guys will love it. Guaranteed. It's going to be like 20 hours long. I've got like 1,900 pages written. It's going to be so cool. Oh man. So let's check some more meltdowns. We got Nancy Pelosi being asked how she's doing after all this. Her response: terrible. Terrible. Nasty Nancy having a very bad month. Her party has lost control of the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. Manu Raju, a liberal reporter who spends a lot of time running around the halls of Congress asking for comments from various political figures. Politics, of course, from the root words poly and ticks, meaning many ticks, many blood-sucking insects that want to leech you for all your dough and abuse you. Parasites, basically, feeding off of you for their own sustenance. Manu Raju claims he asked her how she was doing in light of the recent events, and she's not doing well. When she's not blaming Biden for Kamala's loss, she's arguing with other members of her party about what happened. Of course, Pelosi could just finally retire. Is that even an option for her? Breitbart reporting. Nancy Pelosi is reportedly doing, quote, terrible after President-elect Donald Trump's victory and Republicans taking the Senate and retaining the House majority. CNN's Manu Raju asked the 84-year-old California Skeletor lawmaker how she's doing, to which she replied, terrible. Pelosi's apparent dour mood comes 1 week after Trump's historic comeback victory, the ultimate political comeback for the ages. Think about it. He was at the top, and through corrupt means, they chopped him down and hammered him out of the White House, and then he, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, in the most spectacular political comeback in American history. We're truly witnessing amazing stuff here, guys. Amazing, paradigm-altering things, moving in the best direction we possibly could be. Best direction since I've been alive, that's for sure. Sweeping all 7 states, as well as winning the popular vote. Quote, thank you, God, Trump said it in an all-caps post this week, walking through his stunning victory stats. It's terrible. Terrible that Nancy Pelosi Here's another one. Flashback. There's no point in saying good morning because it certainly is not one.
There's no point in saying good morning because it certainly is not one. No.
Suck it, you witch. You dirty insider trading witch. Oh, man. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's hop into some Doge stuff. People's government. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are now accepting resumes for Doge. I saw Vivek post last night. Raise your hand if you want to join Doge, basically, which would be awesome. So tons of people replying, trying to get a job with Doge to help make their own jobs irrelevant by cutting the fat from the bureaucracy. In let's see, where's the update? The department, and Doge has an official X account now. So make sure to go over to the Department of Government Efficiency at Doge on X. The people voted for major reform. I think this is the official one. Maybe not. There have been a couple accounts, it looks like, actually, at this point. Not sure. But I'll find the official one and make sure to give you guys the link. Musk and Ramaswamy are wasting no time putting together a team and have put out a statement on X that they're looking for, quote, super high Q, small government revolutionaries. Sign me up! We're looking to work at the newly created department. I'm going to send them a message and be like, listen, I have no experience, but I've got that IQ you're looking for, and I've been a Ron Paul loyalist since 2008, baby. Let me slice and dice. I'll keep doing the show. The department stated on the official Doge account on X, quote, we're very grateful to the thousands of Americans who have expressed interest in helping us at Doge. We don't need more part-time idea generators, the statement added. We need super high Q, small government revolutionaries willing to work 80 plus hours per week on unglamorous cost cutting. That's you. DM this account with your CV. Elon and Vivek will review the top 1% of applicants concluded this statement. Sorry. So here's their official message over here. I guess this is indeed the official Doge account with the golden dollar sign. Oh man, here's that post. So good. So good. This is going to be fan-freaking-tastic. Doge, of course, is not an official government agency, but will serve as an advisory board in the White House that provides reports and guidance on government spending. So Lawrence O'Donnell, the idiot, was like, they'd need congressional approval to start a whole new department. It's a colloquialism, dickbag. They're not going to make a whole department when their purpose is to slice and dice other existing departments. It's just an advisory board. The Department of Government Efficiency, the name is a fucking joke. It's not an actually department. Wake up. Wake up, Lawrence O'Donnell. Per Forbes, Musk, alongside fellow billionaire and former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Doge Bureau, Trump announced Wednesday, with the name an apparent nod to the Doge dog meme often referenced by Elon. Let's take a look at this video of Vivek.
Reject the impulse. It's going to happen in the next 4 years. We will face temptation to say that we want to replace that left-wing nanny state with a right-wing nanny state. The right answer to that question is hell no. The right answer is to dismantle the nanny state. We will face the temptation.
Tell Big Brother and the nanny state we don't need them.
Regulatory state with a right-wing regulatory state. The right answer to that is hell no. We want to dismantle the regulatory state. We will face the temptation to say, hey, we want to staff the bureaucracies with our own people and claim that we want to reform them. No. The right answer is to get in there and shut down the bureaucracy. That's how we save this country. That's what our founding fathers fought for in 1776. And if we do, then we don't have to be this nation in decline anymore that we've become.
Boom, boom, boom. So exciting. And wow, Wiley just posted some really, really, really exciting information in the chat as well. Holy balls, Wiley. Holy balls. Wiley says, you'll love this, Lord Sterling. A ufologist, Michael Salla, nominated for role in Trump administration following his link to his nomination and votes so far. Not only is Michael Salla a ufologist, Wiley, but he's also an expert on the secret space program, what I've been telling you guys about the whole time. the parallel breakaway civilization within inside the military-industrial complex that uses zero-point energy, anti-gravity, and high-tech, that launches the giant black triangle craft into the sky, that like the Phoenix Lights, the Tinley Park Lights. Michael Salla knows all about the secret space program. Here's a post from Michael Salla saying, I've been nominated. He was also interviewed fairly recently on Redacted, talking about the secret space program. Really good. We played a bunch of that on the show, but worth checking out. I'll try to find a link to include it in the show notes. But he says, I've been nominated to be an advisor to the incoming Trump administration on innovative technology. They're going to release the technology, guys. Michael Salla knows about this. He's going to bring in people like Dr. Stephen Greer, and they're going to release the technology, the advanced technology. We won't even need oil 10 years from now. We're going to drill, baby, drill, baby, drill, baby, drill. Soon we're going to be drilling oil just to burn it, to replenish the atmosphere that's slowly off-gassing into space, to up the carbon dioxide, to help plants survive around the world and cause new jungles to grow in the deserts. Soon, we won't need gas for cars. We won't need it for electricity. Michael Salla knows about the advanced technology. This is a massive, massive development, Wiley and everybody. Wow. So he continues, the public can vote on nominations. If I was accepted as an advisor to the Trump admin on technology, I would inform them of what I've learned about exotic propulsion systems, secret space programs, ET and ancient technologies, etc., through my exopolitics research, interviews with hundreds of whistleblowers / insiders / contactees, leaked majestic documents, etc. Holy foot-bucking shit. This is bananas over here. So we're over here at discourse.nominees-for-the-people.com/T/Dr-Michael-Salla/27953. I'll post the link in the chat for you guys. Go over here, vote for Michael Salla. He's already got, looks like 1,638 votes. I'm saving this website so I can go over here later on and vote for Michael Salla. Wow. Yeah, you guys can probably tell this has me all geeked up. If we reveal the truth about the secret space program, about the advanced technologies, about the advanced propulsion systems, not only will we not need oil, we could end war globally by providing all these countries with the technology, and not only the governments, but the people with the technology to make and produce their own energy. We could eliminate reliance on the state to a huge level. And when you have abundance and you're not fighting over resources, like the whole Project for the New American Century, where they would stage a new Pearl Harbor type event to launch a series of staged wars in the Middle East for quote, strategic global dominance, controlling the oil, controlling the poppy fields, controlling resources strategically on a global level. When you provide a surplus and people don't need to squabble over scraps, this could be a total game changer globally, eliminating the need for conflict on a large scale never before seen on Earth. So this is absolutely incredible. Thanks, Wiley, for sharing this. We need to have him be nominated, and we need to push this and vote for Michael Salla. It looks like it's not actually Trump himself who nominated Michael Salla, but he's been nominated on this website at Maha Now. So we need to make this happen. This would be absolutely huge. Thanks again for sharing this, Wiley. Really appreciate it, brother. So this is something to be excited about. We need this. We need this. Let's jump over to Megyn Kelly and billionaire Bill Ackman discussing the Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy getting to work on reforming government with Doge. Quote, I have not been this excited to be an American in a very long time. I think everybody here can agree with that. Ooh, Wendy just posted a new Trump appointment. Let's hop over to that real quick, then jump back to this interview. We have a new Trump appointment statement from President Trump. I am pleased to announce that Dean John Sauer will serve as Solicitor General to the United States in my administration. John is a deeply accomplished masterful appellate attorney who clerked for Justice Antonin Scalia in the United States Supreme Court, served as Solicitor General for Missouri for 6 years, and has extensive experience practicing before the U.S. Supreme Court and other appellate courts. Most recently, John was the lead counsel representing Trump in the Supreme Court in Trump v. United States, winning a historic victory on presidential immunity, which was key to defeating the unconstitutional campaign of lawfare against Trump and the entire MAGA movement. John was a Rhodes Scholar, graduated from Duke University, Oxford University, and is a magna cum laude graduate of Harvard Law. John will be a great champion for us as we make America great again. Sounds good. I don't know a lot of dirty details about Dean John Sauer, but hopefully, with his track record, he'll be doing good stuff. Sounds like a decent pick just from this. Let me know if you guys have any dirt on this guy that may indicate otherwise. I don't. But man, I really want Michael Salla in there. So I'm going to mobilize the info infantry, issue a directive to go and vote to make sure that this gets in front of Trump, because we need to declassify all of this technology. It could completely change everything. All right, let's jump back over to Megyn Kelly and Bill Ackman. And let's check out some of this interview. Hedge fund billionaire Bill Ackman has been increasingly vocal on issues facing Americans. Let's check out the video.
It's super fun to watch Trump name these names to the cabinet. And I don't know about you, but I'm loving it. I think it's just so innovative to go completely Trumpian. Just keep people on their heels. Do not go with establishment types like he tried to do the first time. And I see absolutely nothing wrong with him going with Trump loyalists, but that term keeps getting bandied about as though it's a bad thing.
Actually, I think it's, I call it the dream team.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's not Trump loyalists. It's people who are loyal to the agenda, to making America great again. It's not loyalty to Trump. It's to the policies. Let's be real.
I'm really super impressed. We have Elon Musk. We have a good friend of mine, Vivek Ramaswamy, who's incredibly talented. I love all these. I've actually been super impressed with all the picks so far.
The New York Times, the Daily podcast today, and the New York Times itself is really wrestling with Elon's elevation to the right-hand man of the sitting president-elect.
Real quick, I want to mention Greg Foreman over at Black Conservative Perspective had a really interesting take on Marco Rubio as the new Secretary of State. He said that it may not be as bad as people are saying, because basically Mark Rubio he used the term buck broken by Donald Trump. He's been broken and is effectively a puppet. He's aware that Trump, if he backstabs him, could ruin his political career. And he also is potentially, since he's kind of a neocon, war hawk type dude, he could be being used by Trump as sort of a John Bolton type figure, although completely under Trump's control, to project to other countries that will fuck you up, if you try to fuck with us, basically. So assuming that Marco Rubio is actually broken, as Greg Foreman says, and is willing to go along with the agenda, maybe it won't be that bad. Hopefully, fingers crossed, guys.
They don't seem happy. I feel like you should look at somebody like Elon, who's willing to serve in any capacity for our government, and just say thank you. But they are concerned. He's got 100 different lawsuits against him. How is he going to deal with those conflicts of interest? He's got all sorts of regulatory constrictions on him that are important to our safety.
Cool,
how can he possibly be in this important role? What do you make of Elon being willing to serve as he is?
I think he's a great American. I think he's a great global citizen. If you have to think of a guy who's made more consequential impact on society, on everything from the electric car to space to now Neuralink, AI, he's I would say the most important figure of our time in the non-political sphere. And now we have the benefit of all of his talents, working alongside the president. I mean, it's an incredible home run. I have not been this excited to be, an American, if you will, in a very long time. And so it's amazing.
Yeah, I feel the same. And so what they announced last night was that Elon and Vivek are going to work together on DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and start trying to find efficiencies in the biggest business of them all, the United States government, and figure out where we can tighten our belt and save some money. And yet, sort of the established Washington, D.C. class is very upset about this because it means jobs of federal bureaucrats And that's what runs DC. So what do you make of this idea of Doge? Trump says in the announcement it's going to be completely outside government. These two will not be government employees.
Yeah, I think it's a home run. I've always thought of the United States as one of the greatest. My day job is to find these really great companies that have lost their way. And then what we try to do is bring in great new management and have them fix the business. And that's basically what's happening here. And they're not going to have to look far. I mean, everyone knows the government is the most ineffective bureaucracy in the world. Our governments generally, ours has not particularly impressed us as citizens. And now we have an opportunity not just to find cost savings, but actually to operate more effectively. The analogy that Musk makes is he says, think of the government, as just when you go get your license, updated, think about how inefficient that process is. Well, imagine the entire country being run that way. And I think that's the opportunity, and having sort of outsiders do this. Elon certainly has the playbook. X was a quasi-governmental agency in the way it operated in San Francisco, and he stepped in, he took out 80-90% of the employees, and it's become a much more effective platform. Software development, the various features, functionality, have been able to happen much more quickly under new leadership. And I think that's what we have here. I think it's going to be a huge boon for the economy, for business generally. And that will help everyone.
When we saw Javier Milei run for and then ascend power in Argentina, a lot of us were shocked by how he spoke and the things he did with the chainsaw that he was going to take to government.
Whiskey!
And highly entertaining. Here he is, the chainsaw.
Follow Whiskey Peddler on X.
Look at this guy. I love him. So I have friends who are from Argentina, and they're absolutely thrilled with what he's doing. And he told everybody there, we're in for some short-term pain as we try to get our enormous inflation down. But these are the things we have to do. Here he is. This is video for the listening audience of him pulling these names off a board, the ministry of this, the ministry of that, and throwing them behind him. We don't need it. It's down. It's out. And that's how I see Elon and Vivek, who are supposed to go in there, and Javier Milei, our government. I had the advantage of being next to Elon in September when he spoke on the All In podcast at their summit. And I, too, was there and spoke on the same thing. And he was describing what it was he would like to do if this whole thing worked out, if Trump were elected and if he could form this Doge thing. Take a listen here to SOT 10.
If you could just pair 2, 3, 4, 5% of those organizations, what kind of impact could that have?
Yeah, I think we need to do more than that. I think
ideally, if you could shrink the size of the government with Trump, what would be a good target?
Gotcha. Support our rights.
Just in terms of ballpark.
Thanks.
Are you trying to get me assassinated before this even happens?
No. Pick a low number.
I mean, there's that old phrase, "Go postal." I mean, it's like their mind. I'm not suggesting that people, have are immediately tossed out with no severance and can't pay their mortgage. There needs to be some reasonable off ramp where, so a reasonable off ramp where they're still. Earning, they're still receiving money, but have a year or two to find jobs in the private sector, which they will find, and then they will be in a different operating system.
So you heard him, Bill, say in response to Jason, who said 2, 3, 4%, and Elon said, it's going to be more than that. So how high do you think we could go on shaving the bureaucracy?
I think there's a massive amount of waste, and I think you're going to see fairly dramatic change.
Boom! Link will be in the description if you want to watch the rest of the interview. Megyn Kelly and Bill Ackman. We got more breaking news. Donald Trump just announced a pick for the VA. Statement from President Donald J. Trump. I'm pleased to announce my intent to nominate former Congressman Doug Collins of Georgia as the United States Secretary for Veterans Affairs. Doug is a veteran himself who currently serves our nation as a chaplain in the United States Air Force Reserve Command and fought for our country in the Iraq War. We must take care of our brave men and women in uniform, and Doug will be a great advocate for our active duty service members, veterans, and military families to ensure they have the support they need. Thank you, Doug, for your willingness to serve our country in this very important role. Boom! I don't know anything about Doug Collins either, but I'm sure that Trump would not pick somebody who's not an awesome pick for the VA. Trump's big on taking care of the veterans, so this is probably a really good pick. Thanks in the chat for sharing it and keeping us updated. Support Our Rights also posted this one in the chat. If you know some libtards and want to send a gag gift, there's poopsenders.com. The ultimate gag gift, sweet revenge at its finest. Guaranteed anonymous. Package tracking emailed instantly. They offer cow dung, elephant crap, gorilla poop, or a combo pack. And you can send poop, allegedly. I don't know if this is legal or what. So investigate at your own legal risk. I'm not advocating sending poop through the mail, but if it's legal, it's fucking hilarious and everybody should do it. So there, assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. Poopsenders.com. Now accepting cash, no paper trail, no personal info needed, 100% anonymous. So fucking funny. We'll ship your friend or enemy a healthy heap of some of the nastiest, stinkiest fresh poop packages that anyone has ever seen. We will not let them know who sent it. Still not sure? Use our cash option. We don't need your name, credit card, email, nothing. There is absolutely no trail back to you. Just complete the order form above, click confirm, and then use the green pay with cash button and follow the instructions on the next page. Top 10 reasons to send someone some poop. 1, for your ex. 2, and neighbors pet crapping on your lawn. 3, for your mean boss. 4, for a salesperson or mechanic that ripped you off. 5, a last-minute gag gift for someone who has everything. 6, a gag gift. 7, for that rich, gloating friend. Knock them down a peg. 8, to the teacher that gave your son/daughter a poor grade. 9, someone that left you a negative review or feedback. 10, you just don't like them. But we're going to turn this one up to 11, guys. 11, the 11th best reason of all to troll shit libtards. Of course. Love it. Freaking hilarious. Let's see what we got next on the docket over here. This one is coming from the parody Doge Department of Government Efficiency account. Although I think the information is real. You thought we were joking about the congressional liquor store. It exists. Look it up. Pelosi opened a liquor store in the House where members can buy alcohol with their taxpayer-funded MRAs. We're going to cut the funding. Nancy can be an alcoholic on her own dime, not yours. Oh, man, that is funny. House drinks, 6-packs and more. Drinks.house.gov. Wow. Nancy really is a lush, guys. Really is a lush. Getting over on X or over on Rumble just posted this. TBI reports increase in cases involving Venezuelan gang in Nashville. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some Tren de Araguas operating down in Nashville, guys. High-ranking officials with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation alerted Governor Bill Lee about an alarming amount of incidents in the state involving members of a Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua. TDA, not to be confused with TDS. David Roush, director at TBI, gave warning during Tuesday's budget hearing. We're seeing a few things that I want to raise to your attention. And number 1 is a Venezuelan gang that's being seen more and more prevalent. Director Roush said, Tren de Aragua. They are ever present in our country and in Tennessee. Brutal. So, hopefully we can deport them all. Uh-oh. Man the battlements, arm the parapets, ready the hot oil, and launch the cows. We're being raided by K-Talks Radio 1013. What's up, K-Talks? Thanks for raiding us. Don't fire the arrows. It's friendly fire, guys. We're all on the same team. K-Talks Radio 1013 in the house. Make sure to go subscribe to K-Talks Radio on Rumble. Doing daily broadcasts on the radio and on the interwebs. That's K-Talks Radio 1013. Go over there, give them a follow. Great channel, great productions. Thanks again for rating us, guys. Appreciate you. We're all working together to help spread the info, guys. Rising tide lifts all ships. Let's help support each other. And let's see what we got next on the list over here. Apparently, the boss hog over on the CNN broadcasts himself, Scott Jennings, it's being reported that he's angling for the position of Trump White House press secretary. Alina Habba would be awesome. Alex Jones for a month would be legendary. Scott Jennings would also be incredible. This is the one dude over on CNN who actually does really good work and commentary. And speaking of this story, I've got a highlight reel that's been on the docket for a couple days that we haven't gotten around to. Carly Bani posted this one at Carluska P on X. Let's check it out. Damn, he's good. This is the Scott Jennings highlight reel. This would be an awesome dude to be press secretary. No doubt about it. Enjoy this one.
Democrats who say, oh, in private meetings, I've seen Joe Biden do cartwheels and handstands while doing trigonometry while solving all the nation's problems. We now know that every single person who said that has been lying to the American people. One day, Donald Trump couldn't hold a glass of water, and we had like every medical person coming out of the woodwork. Should we have the 25th Amendment? Joe Biden could barely walk up the stairs.
Argue no proof that tech companies colluded to do this. This is nonsense, and he knows it. No, I'm sorry.
There was a major institutional effort.
No, there was
to suppress
absolute dozens and
Was the New
dozens
York
of
Post
them.
thrown off Twitter?
They were, and then they. Scott, let me try again.
The story off Twitter.
Scott,
let's let
Scott,
Kara finish, 'cause
literally
she's
don't know
actually
what you're
done-
talking
I mean,
about,
she's
so
done
it's
the work.
really hard to deal with you.
You want to
It's-
insult me? Go ahead.
No.
If you called Kentucky Fried Chicken and said, I'd like to interview Colonel Sanders. Now, his face is on the bucket. He doesn't make the chicken anymore. In fact, he's not even alive anymore. This is what the Democrats are asking people to do. Vote for the face on the bucket. He was fine and he's strong and then he's fine today. Nobody believes that. And I just think at some point, then why isn't he running?
It's organic. The entire Kamala Harris campaign has been organic. And so now we're...
What? Organic. This is the literal most manufactured presidential campaign ever. She didn't even run. Well, quite a few people will vote for Harris, so I think we should all open up a head examination in doctor's office. We'll have plenty of people to
In all those
look at.
categories.
A lot of men think Democrats care more about dudes who want to become women than dudes who just want to be dudes.
Well,
It's pretty apparent the disdain with which they hold half of the country in.
That's crazy, Scott.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading the journalism. I'm pro-journalist here. I'm reading the journalism about Hunter Biden running the ship here. She's like a true double threat. You know, she's terrible on her feet when she gets unexpected questions.
She's good on her knees, though. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, interestingly, you know how like that phrase "bada bing, bada boom" everybody associates it with Italians. It came from that movie, The Godfather, and it was ad-libbed on set by James Caan. He made it up on the spot when they were shooting it, and so James Caan is he made it up, and he's Irish, so it actually has nothing to do with Italians, but Italians, you know, influenced by the mob. Everybody says "bada bing, bada boom" as if it's like an Italian thing. It's not. Just a little fun fact for you. Let's get back to Scott Jennings destroying these losers.
And simultaneously, she can't even answer the expected questions. You give me too much credit. I wish I had some billionaire friends. You know, what's a mistake you've made? Nothing. What's a weakness you have? Nothing. What's the first law you want to pass? Nothing. What's a policy difference between you and Joe Biden? Nothing. Over and over and over. Empty, empty, empty. If she were an animal, she'd be a duck-billed platitude. But look, it's a total. In Walls himself,
duck-billed
who
platitude.
gave the most disastrous response to a question about his own dishonesty about being in Tiananmen Square that I've ever heard. Effectively, what he has said is, "Sorry, guys, I'm too dumb to tell the truth." Fabrications in his own resume, and his answer was essentially, "Me no understand words good." I mean, he's a buffoon.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz believes is that it's none of your business what women do with their body, and so stay out of our doctor's offices and stay out of our bedrooms.
Well, I guess I'll have to speak up for the babies. They're not here to speak for themselves. Lord have mercy.
Boom. Scott Jennings would be legendary addition to the press secretary team. Hire them all. Hire Scott Jennings, hire Alina Habba, hire Alex Jones, and just send them all out there together to destroy the lamestream media. Speaking of Alex, let's get into the big news today regarding the InfoWars auction, which was not an auction at all. The Onion has allegedly acquired InfoWars at auction. Jones confirmed this. Let's take a little clip here, or take a look. Or actually, this is just a trending topic. I don't know what's all here. But you can this will be listed in the description if you want to click through and go through all of everybody's reactions to this whole scenario. But we'll jump over to the next related post. Roz alerts, Alex Jones just confirmed his network InfoWars has been acquired by The Onion. There have been subsequent developments since that point. But interestingly, they're being backed allegedly by the families of the Sandy Hook people. So it's a weird scenario. Oops, sorry. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:50 right now. I'm about to upload this to X. I just got word 15 minutes ago.
7:50 a.m.
My lawyers and folks met with the U.S. trustee over our bankruptcy this morning, and they said they're shutting us down even without a court order. This morning, the Connecticut Democrats with the Onion newspaper bought us. They asked, did they outbid? They said, well, it was competitive. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling. I told you that. And just like they tried to shut us down back in late May without a court order, they're supposed to have a court order. There's going to be injunctions filed. I'm about to go live out of Harrison's American
Total
Journal
garbage
studio.
hoot.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here until they come in here and turn the lights off. I'm going to say,
Sam
where's the court
duty.
order? So this is all going down right now. They want to silence the American people, but we're not going to be silenced. Be sure and follow
Thanks,
me.
Tri-Stater. I got that on the list, too.
At AJN Live on X right now. They're filed in court to take real Alex Jones away. That's totally unconstitutional. The judge already said no, so they filed in other courts.
Goddamn smellies.
Live feed going up by the time you see this at AJN Live and at Real Alex Jones right now. Share this everywhere. This is a total attack on free speech. The deep state is completely out of control. The private security hasn't even been told all this yet. They tried to tell them last time the other U.S. trustee to shut us down on the court order. These folks said no. So this is all happening right now. This is the tyranny of the New World Order, desperate to silence the American people. The mandate of Trump against all the lawfare, they don't care. So the system still thinks it's in charge. I'm going live right now from what probably will be the last transmission from this building. God bless you all for your support. Please support our sponsors so we get funds to stay on the air at the Alex Jones Network, thealexjonestore.com. Take action. I need your support. InfoWars is really the detonator for this whole global movement that's happening. Your support did that. You're the reason it's happening. You are the resistance. God bless and good luck.
The dumbest thing they could possibly do, shutting down InfoWars, essentially proving the central thesis of InfoWars' existence, that it's an information war. They're literally coming after the people that are waging information war in the information war. Yeah, Jay Monty sounds like he smokes 3 packs a day. He's got nodules on his vocal cords from screaming for years and years and years. He's talked about on air before how he could have surgery to have the nodules removed and restore his voice to like a 35-year-old sounding voice, but it would require 4 weeks of recovery, I think he said, so it would take him off the air, and the time period has just been too critical at this point. Yeah, so they spend money to steal InfoWars, and allegedly there's more to this whole thing. But one, it doesn't actually stop Alex. You guys remember how upset he was when they tried to shut down InfoWars and lock the doors back in May, and he was like breaking down on air crying. Look at how calm he is now. They have a whole secondary operation ready to go. They shut the doors this morning, but it didn't stop him from broadcasting at the new studios at noon, sending out the broadcast to the 400 radio stations and television channels that he broadcasts to. So it doesn't even have any effect. They're effectively just wasting money. And then it's like they're stepping on a rake that they put in the lawn because the backlash is massive. It's just going to cause the Streisand effect that causes more people to go watch Alex and pay attention to what he's doing because he's under attack. So it's a complete and total failure. It's going to have the exact opposite effect of what they intend, and it's only going to wake people up. So good luck. Good luck with that. Gateway Pundit talking about it as well. This was before the developments saying that Onion purchased InfoWars at auction, plans to turn it into a satirical version of the iconic brand, just posting like fake conspiracy bullshit. It'll be a novelty for like a day, and then nobody will even be interested. Apparently, the purchase was helped by families of Sandy Hook alleged shooting, whose founder, Alex Jones, owes $1 billion in damages, more than that, like 1.65, after being sued for defamation. Purchase includes InfoWars website, Texas studio, at least the studio space, which he rents, so they're not even getting the studio, social media accounts, trademarks, and video archive. The video archive was released free to the public with no copyright. It's like Pandora's box. It was released. It's out there. Nobody owns it. Not even Alex. He doesn't own it. They can't take control of the video archive. So this whole thing is just total bullshit. Let's hop over to InfoWars.com right now and see what happens when you go to InfoWars.com. Site unavailable till further notice. They usurped the websites and everything without a court order, without this being confirmed by the judge. This whole situation is ridiculous. So they want to turn it into their own little satire operation, making fun of InfoWars by posting ridiculous conspiracy nonsense. And here's the article from The Onion. Here's why I decided to buy InfoWars. Well, maybe you jumped the gun, Bryce P. Tetrader, Global Tetrahedron CEO. You may have jumped the gun because the judge has intervened and blocked the sale. And there's going to be an evidentiary hearing next week to get the judge up to date on how they railroaded the process, turned the auction secret, didn't even accept the highest bidder, and actually apparently sold it for nothing. Allegedly, these guys didn't even offer any money. They just promised to pay out of the money that Alex owes to the Sandy Hook families that they're assuming they're going to collect in the future, which they're not gonna. So this is ridiculous. Listen to this lunatic. Today we celebrate a new addition to the global tetrahedron LLC family of brands. And let me say, I really do see it as a family. Much like family members, our brands are abstract nodes of wealth, interchangeable assets for their patriarch to absorb and discard according to the opaque whims of the market. Man, this guy sounds like a fucking cunt. And just like family members, our brands regard one another with mutual suspicion and malice. All told, the decision to acquire InfoWars was an easy one for Global Tetrahedron Executive Board. Listen to this. This is such garbage. Founded in 1999 on the heels of the Satanic Panic. What? What? Like, people talking about metal music being the devil. Alex plays metal music all the time on his show. And growing steadily ever since, InfoWars has distinguished itself as an invaluable tool for brainwashing and controlling the masses. Oh, that's why the Alex Jones is right jar is overflowing. That's why he's being redeemed everywhere and having people vouch for him who previously hated him. Yeah, sure. With a shrewd mix of delusional paranoia and dubious anti-aging nutrition hacks, they strive to make life both scarier and longer for everyone. A commendable goal. They are a true unicorn capable of simultaneously inspiring public support for billionaires and stoking outrage at an inept federal state that can assassinate JFK but can't even put a man on the moon. Oh, we put man on the moon. But it wasn't Apollo 11. We got that anti-gravity secret space program shit. We probably have bases all over the moon, all over Mars, everywhere already. Hopefully that's all declassified if we get Michael Salla in the Trump administration. Through it all, InfoWars has shown an unswerving commitment to manufacturing anger and radicalizing the most vulnerable members of society. Values that resonate deeply with all of us at Global Tetrahedron. No price would be too high for such a cornucopia of malleable assets and minds, except you're getting none. None of the minds. Nobody's going to read your bullshit. And yet, in a stroke of good fortune, a formidable special interest group has outwitted the hapless owner of InfoWars, a forgettable man with an already forgotten name. Wow, this is such garbage. And forced him to sell it at a steep bargain, less than $1 trillion. So you're saying it's worth $1 trillion? What? Make no mistake, this is a coup for our company and a well-deserved victory for multinational elites the world over. Wow. Wow, so you're pumping the multinational elites? You're for the globalists? And this is a coup? You're admitting that it was a sketchy overthrow? Thanks for that. That definitely won't be used against you in court next week. What's next for InfoWars remains a live issue. Blah, 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 blah. Bryce P. Figgett. Let's jump over to the next one. We have the video of Alex Jones signing off for the last legendary broadcast on InfoWars for now, because it might be back sooner than you may expect. Of course, the legend of Alex Jones will continue on Alex Jones Network Live at AJN Live on X. Let's watch this final sign-off, which hopefully will not actually be the final sign-off over on InfoWars.
I will never surrender. I will never back down. It is impossible for me to quit, and especially in our moment of victory, as we see
Good call, Monty.
The deep state totally revealed.
Internet Bill of Rights.
They thought shutting me down was going to work. Now you got Elon Musk, basically a smarter, even better clone of my worldview, which is the real worldview of how things are actually going down. We are the future. We are the resistance. And you got Joe Rogan totally awake, Tucker Carlson, just everybody else. So that meme of, where I'm coming out of the tunnel and there's hundreds and hundreds of Alex Joneses, the clones, it's here. It's happening. And so
Alex Jones, the modern manifestation of the Morpheus archetype, the Paul Revere archetype, waking up the sleepers, finding the Neos and activating them around the world. That's us. That's us, guys.
So, that's what it's all about. So now it's up to you, Paul Revere's, to take the links, to follow Real Alex Jones on X, at Real Alex Jones and at AJN Live. And it's up to you to make sure that this beachhead we had to take our country and the world back.
That's right, Gene
hands of the
Bondano.
globalist, technocrat, transhumanist, Satanist, pedophiles will be successful. So for myself, the entire InfoWars crew, for my family, we are all one family. I love you, and I thank you. Our greatest work is ahead. And in the final words, I will say here of John Paul Jones, the founder of the U.S. Navy, when his ship, half the size of the British frigate with more than double the troops and Marines on board, was sinking, the British captain hailed across on the old-fashioned bullhorn. It wasn't electric, but through a bullhorn. Would you like to give up? Would you like quarter? And John Paul Jones said, I have not yet begun to fight. And that's in the Old English. I've only begun to fight in the common, popular, modern vernacular of English. And of course, as his ship sunk, he tied it to the British. They took the ship, saved both ships, and that's where you get, I've only begun to fight. And that's exactly what's happening. So my sinking ship is here, tied to the new ship, and a whole armada of ships is coming. It's the American people and the people of the world. Global realignment against the New World Order. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, they're in deep trouble. And so that which does not kill us only makes us stronger.
Literally, they're just turning him into Obi-Wan Kenobi. Strike me down now, and I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. They're just bringing everybody's attention onto Alex, you freaking idiots. Stepping on your own rake. You people are morons.
So God bless you all, and the journey has just begun. Thank you.
Boom. Epic sign out. Hopefully.
For years, I've been telling you guys never to take no for an answer, right? You know, to keep pushing, to never hang up the phone until you get what you want. Because you all deserve it. You know this deal that I'm about to sign? The fuck is that, you know? I'll tell you what it is. It's me taking no for an answer, you know? It's them selling me, not the other way around. It's me being a hypocrite is what it is. So, you know what? I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving!
I'm not leaving.
Jones ain't going nowhere! I've never actually seen it, Wendy.
The show goes on.
That's right. This is Tyranny. That's why I wore my Tyranny response team vintage InfoWars shirt today. That I got back in 2009. Yeah, that's probably true. Born to eat toast. I've seen stuff about how the school was not operated, not in function when this supposedly happened. There's all kinds of weird photos. There's police recordings saying that, oh, there's multiple shooters running through the woods. They supposedly found the ARs in the trunk of the car unused. The parking spaces in the school were not up to permit, up to code. Same with the locks and the doors. So either the school is not operational or it was not up to code, which is why they destroyed the evidence and bulldozed the building and got rid of all that so that they couldn't be held liable. Because allegedly, there were all these kids found stacked up in the bathroom that had been shot. And the bathroom didn't have the type of door lock that's required. So it could be a cover-up to hide the fact that they weren't up to code. It could be a smoke screen and it wasn't even in operation. More information on that, all those details in the book by Jim Fetzer, Nobody Died at Sandy Hook, which is what got Alex in trouble in the first place. It was him bringing Jim Fetzer on his show that caused this big controversy. And they tried to claim that Alex Jones came up with all of it. But nope, it was Jim Fetzer. It was Jim Fetzer, Gene Bondano. I paid tribute to the Frog King for over 5 hours today, not on purpose, but it was a rain day and I'm a carpenter. Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. Is that the rest? It looked like there may be more in that message I'll keep my eye on the chat to see if you finish typing there. I gave you all the credit for the Frog King name. For me, I didn't make up the Frog King name. Take it back. Take the credit back. Let's jump over next to Autism Capital. At Autism Capital on X, Alex Jones confirms that the highest bid for InfoWars at the federal auction was not accepted, and they chose a lower bid from the Onion instead, likely to make sure he wouldn't retain control. This shows it's not about helping the Sandy Hook families, it's about punishment. Yeah, and apparently they actually didn't offer anything. They just offered to pay from the $1 billion+ that they're going to be collecting from Alex in the future, which they're not going to be collecting. This is all being appealed. It's all going to be thrown out. So good luck, scumbags.
And so the feds that were here left. And when they heard Steve Bannon say, go put cameras on them, that's not what I was going to do. I wanted to go talk to them. I did talk to them over the phone, and they're going to Houston for the emergency hearing that the folks I was working with that put in real bids were just denied the process. They went and paid. They went and got put down deposits. They did everything right. And then, nope, sorry, lower bid gets it. And that's all coming out in court. So, and if the judge wants to certify this, and that's what America is so far, we know that we've got to, continue to work to restore our republic, but we've won, Trump's in, we're turning the tide. And so the feds that were.
So, yep, this is all going to come out in court next week. They're setting up an evidentiary hearing. The judge was completely blindsided by this, had no idea that they'd changed it to a secret bidding, that the trustee had reserved the right to accept lower bids than the top bid. Give me a fucking break. If the purpose is to raise as much money as possible for the Sandy Hook families, then why aren't you accepting the top bid? It's all garbage. It's all a setup. It's all a show. There were show trials. You didn't even get a jury trial. It's all a railroading. So legal bombshell. Judge blocks sale of InfoWars, slams how auction was conducted. Alex Jones reveals shocking details. This was posted mere minutes ago. 37-ish minutes ago right now. Let's take a listen to this clip and have Alex describe the judge's reaction, the information that's coming out, the sketchy details. None of this makes any sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense when you understand that the goal is to shut down InfoWars, but it doesn't even come close to accomplishing that because he's got redundancies and a whole other operation that's already up and running. You didn't even get him off the air for a day, and you just drew tons of attention to him. These people are morons. They don't even understand the basic premises of the InfoWar. They're shooting themselves in the feet with this.
So here we are in the InfoWars studios on November 14th.
Awesome, Billdozer. Follow Bill on X.
And I've just been down the road at the Alex Jones Network studios that were built as backups.
And he's back in InfoWars right now?
This is the facility we've been in for 16 years. Now, I have major breaking news for everyone. The headlines you see everywhere that the Onion bought InfoWars today is not true. The judge had an emergency hearing today that we filed for at 8 a.m. this morning.
Oh, the Onion CEO is going to be so mad. Going to be so mad when they take InfoWars back next week, allegedly, hopefully. And he's going to be embarrassed by jumping the gun and putting out his snarky bullshit propaganda article. This is going to blow up in their faces, hopefully.
It went on for several hours. He was extremely upset, the federal judge, Chris Lopez, and said, this is not a real auction. You don't claim there's a public auction where people can bid up and have them register for it. And
Hell
then
yeah,
2 days
Tulip.
before, change it and say the bids are secret and we don't have to take the highest one. Then he asked the U.S. trustee that ran this, what was the winning bid? He said, well, I can't tell you. Did you hear what I just said? Not only did they not take the highest bid, they won't even say what was paid, but they said, well, it's Alex Jones's judgment. That's like toilet paper. $1.5 billion fake dollars that doesn't exist? You're gonna get $1 billion out of this piece of paper? So you can't pledge, that's federal law in bankruptcy, a debt towards something, and especially because doubly, they didn't tell the other bidders that they were going to allow credit to be used to buy it. That's what they're calling it. It's credit in the future, pie in the sky on my future earnings. So they bought my company in a rigged fake auction that didn't even happen with my money that doesn't exist. So the judge says he hasn't set the date yet, next Monday or Tuesday. He said early next week. I take that as Monday or Tuesday, to have an evidentiary hearing on this. My lawyers and the real bidders' lawyers, who are very prestigious, said they've never heard of something like this. Walter Sisak, the lawyer for the folks that tried to buy InfoWars that were good guys, is recognized as the toughest bankruptcy lawyer in Texas.
And interestingly, Jones didn't even know that they were going to do this, but Elon Musk had his lawyer team show up today at the hearing, the emergency hearing with Judge Lopez today, there to back Trump, or to back Alex and say, we will not be giving real Alex Jones, social media handle away, etc. So Elon sticking up for Alex. Gotta love it. BJ, 1973. What's up, BJ? Thanks for joining us.
He's known as the Bulldog. He's a no bullshitter. He said he's never seen anything like this. Well, I told him get ready for that. And they didn't really believe me. And they saw it. So Monday afternoon, 2 days before the auction, they said, forget all your bids that had to be in by November 8th. Forget all that. Forget the contracts you signed, the deposit you put down, the rules you signed. That's out the window. There's a secret bid. You just give us an envelope with your bid, and we'll tell you who the winner is. And by the way, we'll take one that's lower if we want. And the U.S. trustee
not an
said
auction.
he had the authority to do that, just like the last federal trustee that the feds send into these cases if they want, said he could shut this place down in, remember, late May? And then 2 weeks later, the judge had a hearing and fired them, saying you don't have the authority to do that. The judge said to Chris Murray today, where did you think you had authority to do this? You weren't given the authority to do this. So they've closed the building, cut off the satellite uplinks to the radio and TV stations, to something they didn't buy. Through bravado, they ordered the IT people to shut down InfoWars.com. We've been hijacked. So I told you they tried this in late May. People didn't believe it was so crazy. When they came and said, leave the building with security, I told the security, where's the order?
Yeah, that sounds about right, Speedworth. They're trying to openly attempt to incite the right into doing something crazy. Stand back, stand by, let the legal process play out. We will win if Judge Lopez seems like a legit judge, and this is completely illogical corruption. I think that this is going to go in our favor. And by the way, Speedworth, thank you so much for supporting us over on Locals through Rumble, I believe. Boom! Thanks so much. Appreciate you, Speedworth.
Where's the court order? I guess we're not going to do it. And then 2 weeks later in court, the judge, it all came out. People were like, well, that was true, Alex said. Well, you're damn right it was. And now you see him bragging, they shut us down everywhere. But here I am in this building with the equipment and the rest of it. So what we're supposed to sit here with the crew and everybody, and I guess wait for the judge's hearing, that's fine. And they said in the hearing, we don't want them back in the building, Your Honor. They'll try to get the equipment. What, from our studio that we've got good buyers that are going to win the real bid, that we're ready to go up?
Ooh, damn, sorry, C-dubs.
Beat what they were doing, in a real auction?
That's bad. Usually they have a 15-second delay that they can use to bleep out cussing before it goes over the air. Maybe that was, I know they were having some technical difficulties after transferring the feed from Free Speech Studios to the new studios today that was causing glitches and problems with some of the stations. Sorry to hear that, C-dubs. That sucks.
Going once, going twice. Numbers go up. And the judge kept saying, an auction is where people can bid. So
love the idea, Monty.
I mean, look on the screen right there. The Onion buys Alex Jones's InfoWars at auction with help from Sandy Hook families. No. The Onion's just the fake owner. They didn't do anything. The families pledged their award that's on appeal. You can't sell an award that's on appeal.
Plus, they were supposed to, under the original terms of the auction issued by the judge, they were supposed to prove that they had the cash on hand now. They didn't do that at all. They promised future earnings from settlement that's under appeal that they're probably not even going to get any of. It's totally outside of the bounds of what the auction was supposed to be. And the judge is like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's like if I said I was going to buy a house with Confederate notes from the Civil War. They're worthless. Or Zimbabwean notes. Or Weimar Republic notes.
It's my money and I want it
now. The judge, even though the U.S. trustee has told the news and told me this morning that it was future money of mine that doesn't exist, pie in the sky, that was going to buy this company. I mean, for the families. I didn't do anything to those people. Barely ever even talked about them. Didn't create the story. It didn't happen. Covered people not believing it a few times. Then they had PR firms claim I was attacking them years later. Years, this is 12 years ago. And raised money off me in PR for anti-free speech, anti-gun initiatives. And then had me defaulted by judges and found guilty and had show trials produced by HBO. The greatest show trials ever in history, mainline lawyers say. Literally fake, like the Truman Show. So,
and not only is that under appeal, but he's also suing the FBI and the CIA for their involvement. It's been about 4 weeks since he launched the suit. They're still waiting for response. They haven't talked about it a lot because they're waiting for the response from the FBI and CIA, but that's in the works as well. And that will hopefully, when we get Trump in office, CIA and FBI are fucked. You guys are fucked.
These people have jumped the shark. And it's why there was a referendum against the left and lawfare, why Trump got elected in a landslide despite all the fraud. That's all coming out. This is total insanity. So I'm going to show you these articles. Come on over here, Reese. Here's some light over here. I'm going to show you these articles. These are the ones you go read. And my folks were at the hearing. They listened to it. I got a transcript of the hearing. Judge.
He's got that nitric boost from InfoWars store. Support our rights, which helps regulate blood pressure, etc. Allegedly.
Alex Jones Beckford case orders hearing over InfoWars sell to the Onion. No, he said nope. He's not certifying it. Doesn't look like a real deal to him. The word is bare minimum. He's going to order a real auction. InfoWars will be turned back on sometime next week. I will still be the owner under law, like he did the last time they tried to hijack it with another U.S. trustee who we removed. And then this will go forward. And then in January or so, I would guess, 2 months from now, there'll be another auction, and then it can be reality-based. But I go on with my appeals, and it'll be on them. We're sure to win the Texas Supreme Court. Connecticut probably won't, but the Supreme Court there, and we get there. But it doesn't matter. America's awake. The truth's coming out. Someone say it again. The judge blocked the sale today. The judge says he doesn't believe it was a real auction. Now, you notice you're not seeing that in the news. Some of the law sites have it. But you go do your research, all you out there celebrating like idiots. If the judge certifies this, it's just another dark day for people's rights because you shouldn't say there's an auction. It really isn't an auction. Where, oh, you're supposed to have cash. That's the rule. Oh.
Right, and the people who bid, they submitted to the terms. They made the application. They proved they had the cash. The backers that Alex had involved, they have rights. And so the auctioneer, the trustee just completely violated the rights of the bidders and pushed aside the actual winning bids. I think they have some standing for legal action as well.
Oh, sorry, changing it. We can take less bids. Oh, and by the way, you could just be made up.
We could get AI to do it.
Like that's money in the bank. That's like people that buy into Ponzi schemes. I didn't set up the Ponzi scheme with $1 billion judgment on me claiming I had all this money. I was negative at the time of those trials. Negative money. Never had more than $10 million in the bank. That was backup for the company. I mean, you think my 4-bedroom house, and my Dodge Charger is gonna, I'm not even into fancy stuff. My dad, almost 20 years ago, bought me this Rolex for $4,000 as a birthday present because I bought him a tag. Now it's worth a lot. I didn't know 20 years ago I was getting the coolest watch because it wasn't the coolest watch then. Kind of like I didn't know when I lived in Austin and everything became the coolest place and Joe Rogan would move in down the street.
The Rolex Submariner used to be standard issue for Navy SEALs back from the Frogmen days, all the way until the early 90s, I think, when they replaced the Rolex Submariner with a Casio, interestingly.
Yeah, it's insane. And support us at TheAlexJonesStore.com. It takes money to fight these people. Get great products there, T-shirts, great supplements.
Support Bulldozer too, guys. Bulldozer's going live tonight, 9:30 Central Time. So make sure to tune in and to Bulldozer 74 on Rumble, and we'll launch a raid later on as well to make sure you guys are funneled over to the show. Thanks again for being here.
Make a legal donation at fightforalex.com. But whatever you do, just follow me on X, Alex Jones, and at the new network site at AJN Live. And just do yourselves a favor, and don't believe me, go read it all for yourself, okay? Now, there's a weird court rule that I have a transcript from the hearing, but the judges don't like it if it isn't an official one to read it yet. But AP's allowed
Love
to,
funnel,
and others
Bill.
can go read the quotes in here from the judge. But you got to read like 5 articles to find a whole bunch of the stuff. And they try to skew it against me, but they still admit the judge didn't think it was transparent. How could they do this? Doesn't sound like a real auction to him. No, he's not, certifying the sale. Just like a month ago, they said they own my name. The judge said that violates the 13th Amendment against slavery. So they pulled that back, and they admit that in the articles. So these people think I'm so hated that they can set precedent, do whatever they want to everybody.
It was transferred to this different judge, Jay Monty. It seems like this judge is not in on the take, Judge Lopez. So it's pretty lucky for Alex to have gotten this particular judge who sided in their favor a number of times and fired the previous trustee who tried to lock up InfoWars in May. And for all the sons of bitches and bitches who were messaging me about, oh, Alex is just faking all this for publicity. What do you say now, huh? What do you say now? None of this was for publicity. He's been under attack constantly since the 2000s, since the aughts. Be real.
On me. Just like Trump always says, they're not trying to get me. They're not trying to get him. They're trying to get through us to get to you. So I'll see you at Real Alex Jones on X. And starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow, we'll be back on air. We'll get Harrison and Owen, all them back on next week. We're just dialing stuff into the studio because it hasn't really been used for live stuff yet. We've got a bigger studio that's almost done there. And a lot of other backups as well. I don't own the Alex Jones Network, so good luck with them trying to shut that down. And there's a lot of other stuff happening, but major lawsuits are getting filed on this. I've already been told. And so the folks out there, I know the Justice Department's involved. They tell you they're going to protect you. They're all in a lot of trouble. Okay? And so the worm's turned. And so you guys don't have a free hand anymore.
You mean the worm has turned?
All right. God bless you all. Thanks for your support. The saga continues on. Free speech is more valuable than ever. So realize that my fight is your fight, and they're trying to shut me down because they want to be able to shut you down.
Just like Trump.
We have an existential threat to our freedoms, but humanity's waking up. We've turned the tide. We have the initiative. And so understand your very future does hang in the balance, but humanity's waking up. So God bless, and thank you again.
Crazy B. Hope you're feeling well, Crazy B. Thanks for joining us today. I see you've been playing Skyrim on your YouTube channel, Game Like a Mom, at Game Like a Mom. Was it day 4 I saw you post earlier? How you liking Skyrim? 200 Game of the Year awards back in 2011-ish. Whole new remastered edition out within the 4 years ago, probably. One of the best games of all time. Absolutely love Skyrim. So let me know what you think of Skyrim, Crazy Bee. Excited to hear you've been playing it. And since Alex mentioned Owen Schroyer, if they're not able to save InfoWars, a lot of people are going to be out of a job. Schroyer posted this earlier today saying, and he didn't even pump this on the air. He said that out of respect for Alex and InfoWars, he was not going to talk about this and his potential new operation on the air. Awesome, Crazy Bee. Glad you're loving Skyrim. It's so good. Foos ro da. Looking forward to checking out some of your streams. But yeah, Schroyer posted this on his X account at Owen Schroyer 1776. Nobody has been a stronger, more consistent, dedicated patriot in the fight than Owen Schroyer, who's been with InfoWars for probably 10 years now. Just one of the most steadfast, intrepid patriots we have. He went to jail for us over January 6th for 4 months or something. But he posted this: when one door closes, another one opens. My time at InfoWars may be ending, but this will make me stronger. People are asking what they can do. Support me here to help me go independent. Support me here to help me go independent and launch a news network. I have big plans. God bless and Godspeed. So, of course, we're going to highlight Owen Schroyer here and direct you guys over to his fundraiser over at Give, Send, Go. Help Owen Schroyer build a news network. With the closure of InfoWars, Owen Schroyer and his talk show are off air, but he's not done. He has visions to build into the future, but he needs your help. Owen plans to start a new news network and carry over his show to it and more. He needs your help building a studio, hiring a crew, and taking care of other expenses in this transition. Your support is much appreciated, and he will not let you down. And as much as I want you guys to support this show, Owen is like 1,000 times more powerful than me. So make sure to go and help support Owen. He's raised $6,676 so far. I'm going to give you guys the link, givesendgo.com/build Owen in the chat right now. I'll also include it in the show notes so you guys can go help ensure that Owen Schroyer is able to continue on into the future. Hopefully we'll be able to retain InfoWars and the group of investors will be able to actually purchase it. I'm hoping that instead of doing a new auction, that the judge just honors the highest bid from this previous auction from yesterday, and that Jones Patriot Network ends up in control of InfoWars yet again, and they can retain the entire crew, people like Owen Schroyer, Harrison Smith, Rob Dew, Chase Geyser, the McBreens. These are all really good patriots that need our support, so we need to band together and make sure that everybody involved with InfoWars has a place to work in the future and is able to continue the mission, fighting for our freedom, fighting for truth, and for the American dream. Let's help give them their American dream and make sure that they're successful and prosperous into the future. So I would highly encourage you to go and help Owen Schroyer build a news network, so at least he's got a backup if something happens. Thanks, C-Dubs. Appreciate you, brother. InfoWars meant to say, he's a badass. Sorry, Gene Baudet. I'm getting distracted by the comments over here and only seeing like bits and pieces of a larger conversation. But yeah, go support Owen. Help us get through this. Help InfoWars survive. And yeah, I hope they get that all these people get pardoned on January 20th. Born to Eat Toast. Agreed. Look at this one. Rand Paul posted this at Rand Paul on X. Here's another one for Doge, tagging Elon Musk. Hamster Fight Club. The National Institutes of Health spent over $3,000 to watch hamsters fight on steroids. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a very good use of taxpayer money to me, guys. But what would you expect? I can't wait till the Doge website comes up and they start chronicling all of the crazy shit that they're spending our money on. It's going to be completely insane. I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention as well. Gateway Pundit posted earlier. Former Congressman and Newsmax host Michael Grimm has been left paralyzed after a tragic accident. Here's how you can help. Margaret Flavin wrote this article. Conservative Republican and longtime supporter of President Trump, Michael Grimm, 54, has an impressive resume. He served in the Marines and the FBI before becoming a U.S. congressman for Staten Island and parts of Brooklyn. Grimm subsequently joined Newsmax's Wake Up Weekend, co-hosting the morning show with Sarah Williamson. Michael also is a devoted horseman. In September, he suffered a devastating injury after being thrown from a horse and is now paralyzed from the neck down. Man, that's horrible. Newsmax shares, Michael, as always, has a positive attitude. Being the Marine that he is, his strength of character will help him get through this, said Williamson. She recently visited Grimm at the hospital, said he was in good spirits, but has a very long road to recovery. Quote, we miss him and look forward to him coming back. A GoFundMe has been set up to help with the significant medical bills he will face during the long road ahead. Let's hop over to the GoFundMe and check it out. Thank you for contributing to the Michael Grimm Supplemental Needs Trust. $600,844 raised so far of the $2.5 million goal. And just for the record, Owen is trying to raise $50,000 on his GoFundMe as well. But reading from Michael Grimm's GoFundMe, our friend, former Marine, FBI agent, and U.S. Congressman Michael Grimm was paralyzed following a devastating incident when he was thrown from a horse in September 2024. He's been in the most devastating of situations And through the grace of God and the amazing medical teams who have helped him, Mr. Grimm has miraculously threaded the needle to survive. Yet his ongoing care and treatment to walk again will cost millions. For a man who has dedicated his life to helping others and supporting our president, we now humbly ask that you give generously to help him with gratitude. I want to encourage people to help the Michael Grimm Support Fund, help Michael Grimm walk again. One of the most important things we can do as a community is to band together to support our champions. And so I want to bring this to your attention, guys, as well. Anybody out there in a position to help, it would be greatly appreciated. Let's jump to our next topic. This is trending over on X. Joy Reid's exit from X. A new chapter? Joy Reid just deleted her X account.
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while. And the reason for doing it, and kissing goodbye my 1.9 million followers over there, is because I hadn't been posting for a long time. I just didn't want to contribute content once it was purchased by its present owner. But just having it there, I was only holding on to it because I, really didn't want someone trying to take over that name and using it for nefarious purposes. I was a little bit worried about that. And also every so often I would use it to just sort of look at news that was trending and what's happening. And I would just sort of use it as an aggregator. But I just realized that's not really worth it, because in order to do the news aggregation and just look at all, you have to wade through a lot of dreck and a lot of just abuse and a lot of just negativity, and it's just not worth it. And, hey guys, so...
Yeah, speaking of her ratings tanking and being on the chopping block, Roger Stone was on InfoWars earlier before... Actually, from the new studio, after the doors were locked. It looks like they're back in the studios right now, though, so that's good. But Stone had been encouraged not to invest in purchasing InfoWars because Alex had another team of investigators ready, high-level lawyers and stuff that were going to help, and who made the winning bid, the actual winning bid. But Stone said earlier on InfoWars, during the Alex Jones show being broadcast from the new Alex Jones Network studios, that instead of trying to bid on InfoWars, he and his group of investors may also be instead trying to bid on MSNBC. I wonder if he's working with Posobiec, because we covered yesterday how Jack Posobiec was talking about putting together a group of people, and that was right after InfoWars, right after the auction had occurred. So it wouldn't surprise me if Posobiec was linked up with Roger Stone in the effort to try to purchase MSNBC. Look, she changed her name to Nope. You loser. What a loser. All right, guys, let's terminate the YouTube feed and go exclusive to Rumble and X. Boom, here's the link for anybody who may happen to be watching on YouTube. Nope, nobody's over there, so we'll just go ahead and shut it down. We're going to be taking tomorrow off to watch the Tyson fight, but we will be back on Monday, and maybe over the weekend. Who knows if there's crazy breaking news or something. Maybe I'll even jump on tomorrow night after the fact, after the fight. We'll see. But we're going to close the YouTube broadcast, so come join us over on Alt Tech, where the water is warm and we can speak freely. There's nobody over there, but if there was and you couldn't make it, then we'll catch you on Monday. Until then, let's get ready to rumble! Boom!